how you start your mornings will set the foundation for the rest of your day as well. As the saying goes, win your mornings, win your day. So what is the first thing that you do when you wake up? Do you act with intention and purpose, or do you immediately reach for your smartphone and begin scrolling through social media and email? Well, if you answered with the fact that you reach for your smartphone, then you're literally giving up your sovereignty and power every single morning, all right? You're training your brain to be reactive to factors outside of your control, and you're training yourself to be at the effect of your environment rather than at the cause of your behavior. So in this video, I'm gonna go over the 6-step ultimate testosterone boosting morning routine that will significantly enhance your discipline, productivity, and focus for the rest of your day. So the first thing you need to do when you wake up is get hydrated. The male body is made up of more than 60% water, and you just spent a number of hours without it. Even a slight dehydration can cause a significant dip in testosterone as well as growth hormone levels. But make sure that you ideally are getting water from a spring or getting it from a water filter or whatever water filter you want to use, because a lot of us actually are drinking water through either tap water, and there are some studies that show tap water in many North American cities and countries to have traces of birth control, for example, all right? Birth control hormones. So women, when they're using the birth control, they're peeing into the toilet, and then that same toilet water is being filtered into our water supply, and the birth control is actually seeping into it as well. Even though it's only traces, it's still a scary thing to think about, all right? So ideally, spring water or filtered water, and even plastics, even water in plastic bottles you have to be aware of, because water is actually one of the most best solvents on the planet, and solvent means that it absorbs the compounds that it comes into contact with. And the problem with plastics is that they contain compounds such as BPA and phthalates, which have been shown in multiple scientific studies to have negative effects on men's hormone balance. So first step is to get hydrated, and ideally you get hydrated with high quality water that is free of any estrogenic compounds. For example, spring water is ideal, and filtered water would be the second best. So after getting hydrated, the second thing you want to do is make your bed. And a retired Navy SEAL by the name of Admiral McRaven actually wrote an entire book on this topic, and I'm just going to read out a quote that really hammers this point home. So Admiral McRaven, in his book Make Your Bed, subtitled Little Things That Can Change Your Life, writes, "Making your bed will reinforce the fact that the little things in life matter. If you can't do the little things right, you'll never be able to do the big things right. And if by chance you have a miserable day, you will come home to a bed that is made, that you made. And a made bed gives you encouragement that tomorrow will be better." Now, I was unable to find any scientific evidence that shows making your bed boosts your testosterone levels, but I can tell you that it adds on to the momentum for the rest of your day, where you will be more likely to take the right action that you know you should be taking. So yes, step 2 is to make your bed. Step 3 in this ultimate morning routine is to soak some sunshine. Now, your skin synthesizes vitamin D upon exposure to the sun, and if you're currently deficient in vitamin D, then topping up your vitamin D levels is perhaps the easiest thing you can do to top up your testosterone levels as well. And recent estimates showed that vitamin D deficiencies are actually the most common micronutrient deficiency in Western developed countries, and some estimates actually showed that more than 2/3 of the American population is deficient in vitamin D. But vitamin D is not the only benefit that you get from exposing yourself to sunshine. What you do when you get out in the sun is align your biological clock. Your body absorbs the ultraviolet light and begins releasing the optimal morning hormones like cortisol. Cortisol, when it's released in the right amount, is not a bad thing, okay? It actually energizes you and gets you ready for the day. Norepinephrine is something that enhances your energy, focus, and motivation for the day. Adrenaline, that's a bit of a tongue twister. Adrenaline. So these three hormones are something that your body is more inclined to release in the morning, and when it releases these hormones at night, that's when you experience stuff like not being able to sleep and just tossing and turning in bed. So when you get out in the sunlight in the morning, it actually aligns your biological clock and the circadian rhythm so that you actually feel sleepy by the time you intend on going to bed. So that's what I tell a lot of guys, that if you get out in the sun first thing in the morning, it will actually significantly improve the quality of your sleep later on at night as well. Now, the fourth step in this ultimate morning routine is a mindfulness practice. Now, mindfulness can mean meditation. That's what it means for me. It can also mean a morning walk. It can mean anything that gets you to the present moment. All right, now I'll go over meditation. Now, a lot of people have this they get worked up about it, and they think that they need to move to the Himalayas and go to a Buddhist monastery and become a monk in order to meditate, but that is something that is not true at all. All right, what you need to understand about meditation is that it is a practice which just brings you present to the moment and helps you disassociate from your thoughts. All right, you get perspective on your thoughts so that you can effectively deal with them. And a problem that so many of us face in modern society is the perpetual cycle of negative thoughts that are in a loop. All right, you think about the stress of your financial situation, you might be stressing about your job, you might be stressing about your family obligations, you might be stressing about your car filter that you need to fix. There are so many factors that come up in life that cause us to stress. All right, and mindfulness or meditation is a proven and effective strategy to help you deal with that stress. Not only is meditation a proven way to significantly lower cortisol levels, but I can assure you that if you even start with a 5-minute mindfulness practice every single day, it will, as I mentioned before, give you perspective on your thoughts so that you can act most optimally and deal with the problems that you're facing most optimally rather than emotionally, where it would be suboptimal. All right, so in order to get started with meditation, I can recommend that you download an app from the App Store called Oak, O-A-K. It's a completely free app, and you can start with as little as 5 minutes a day. And if you're unsure how to go about things, you can just plug in your headphones, and it is a guided meditation app. So there will be a soft, soothing voice on the end of it, which will tell you exactly what you need to do. All right. Now, mindfulness is something that meditation has been something part of my daily life for more than, I would say, 3 years at this point, and I've reached very different depths. There's a lot of science on the benefits of it, but there's also a spiritual aspect of it, which I won't get into right now, but definitely has been a habit that since I've implemented into my own life, it's given me perspectives that I wouldn't have been able to reach otherwise. All right, so mindfulness is a very important practice, and it's something that a lot of the high achievers of our world have as a part of their daily routine. And if you get it into your morning routine, then you will be more likely to follow through on it as well. And that brings us to the 5th step in this ultimate morning routine, and that is to hop into a cold shower. Now, I've made an entire separate video on this that goes over all the scientific research, but the bottom line is, for me, what I've experienced over the past few years of implementing cold showers into my life, I can definitively say that the days that I start with a cold shower always go better and more productive than the days that I don't start with a cold shower. And the reason for this is because taking a cold shower is an exercise in building your willpower and discipline. All right, because when you hop into a cold shower, you'll be contemplating whether to turn the knob to see or not. And when you do it, despite the fact that there's a voice in your head that tells you not to do it, you have effectively overcome that lower part of yourself. That is the same lower part of yourself that whispers in your ear saying to skip out on a workout or to reach for the unhealthy food. But when you start your day with a cold shower, you have effectively overcome it already. And once you've overcome it once, you will be more likely to overcome it again, and you will be more likely to continue taking right action. All right, and other than the willpower and mental benefits of it, it also significantly boosts your norepinephrine, which we talked about earlier. And norepinephrine is a hormone that's associated with focus, energy, mood, motivation, all of these things which you can use to fuel your productivity at the start of your day. And finally, we arrive to step 6 of this ultimate morning routine, and that is to skip breakfast. Now, this is something that a lot of people still have difficulty absorbing. They still think that breakfast is the most important meal of the day. They think that you need to eat many small meals throughout the day to stay fit and healthy. But the bottom line is that digestion is actually one of your body's most resource intensive and complicated functions. So if you go ahead and eat a heavy breakfast at the start of your day, then all your body's resources will be directed towards digesting that food. And when you skip breakfast, you can effectively use those resources towards doing something productive instead. Now, I've made entire videos on the benefits of intermittent fasting as well. I can link out to them below. But if you practice intermittent fasting, not only will you enhance your fat loss, enhance your discipline, enhance your productivity, enhance your hormone balance, enhance your testosterone as well. There's studies that show that it boosts testosterone by up to 145%. There's studies that show that it boosts growth hormone by up to 2000%. But it will also save you time, and you can jump immediately right into the task that you need to get done so that you can move further on to your goals. So that wraps it up for this ultimate testosterone boosting morning routine. I'll just run you through a quick recap of the 6 steps. So the first step is to get hydrated. Second step is to make your bed. Third step is to get out in the sun. Fourth step is to do some meditation, some mindfulness, 5 minutes, 20 minutes, whatever your tolerance is. Fifth step is to hop into a cold shower. And the sixth step is to skip breakfast. Now, these 6 steps are something I try to implement every single day. Now, it's not every single day that I do every single step, but if you can make it a priority to at least do some of them, then I can assure you that your mornings will go so much better, and as a result, your days will be that much better as well. With all that being said, this has been Mo Salim from tripleyourt.com. I hope that you begin taking action on this and putting together a morning routine that will skyrocket your discipline, focus, productivity, so that you can live your life as you know you're capable of living. That being said, I'll see you soon.